Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing today? Don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining. We got some severe weather in the Midwest, so if you guys are in the Midwest, be careful out there. Hey, what's going on, guys? Not that I'm a weatherman now, but for some reason, during like the winter, I like to watch the weather. I don't know why. It's really weird. I've been noticing a pattern. Anyways, Bitcoin 87,771 and 99 cents. Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map. We are still within our range from yesterday. No surprises there. Let's get a little zoom action on the 12-hour. Ooh, look at that. They definitely opened up. 87,101. Nope. 87,101. And then the bottom chunk of that we've got, I'm going to go right here, 86,612. And then if we start to touch that top line, then I'll obviously add the second chunk, 88,386. And the top of that guy is 88,876. What's going on, Rudy? So Bitcoin 87,792, currently down 0.1% on the day. Not a whole lot going on. Very sideways, very choppy. We got a red dot on the momentum wave. Money flow is still positive. And RSI is staying above the moving average, which is great. Not much more we can ask for, to be honest, especially for Sunday. Alts, oddly enough, are getting a little spicy on this fine Sunday evening, which is very strange indeed. Bitcoin dominance taking a little dumperoo, which is exactly what we want. We are currently kind of at this little area of support. I do have a new mouse coming tomorrow. So this funky skippy mouse situation should be fixed. That literally, none of that was from me. That is how broken my mouse is. So that little circle gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 broken lines, which is crazy. But moving on. Dominance is at this little semblance of support right here, around 59.5. We'll see if that breaks. That would be ideal. For altcoins, I would like to see this break 59.5 and then eventually break below 50, or 59 obviously. We'll see what we get. We do have green dot on the momentum wave. Money flow is negative though. Again, I don't know how market cipher or the RSI, to be frank, work on dominance, but we'll observe it regardless. ETH is currently trading at 29.47 and 98 cents. We've got just about 20 minutes until the daily close. 10 minutes until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. Chance for you to win up to $300 every single day. It's completely free. It's a ton of fun. ETH 29.47. A lot of flat price action going on here. ETH has been just under 3K for the last half of December. We have completely flatlined dead center on our RSI and on our momentum wave on market cipher, kind of since the 19th, 20th, which is very interesting to see both of these indicators flatline like that. Is it a consolidation before a blast to the upside, or are we getting ready to break down and the floor is going to fall out from under us? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I would like to see some bullish price action. Obviously, it's all going to depend on liquidity and the flow of capital. A lot of money's going into gold and silver right now. So, Solana, obviously, ETH bullish target above 3K, bearish probably 2,800. This lower yellow trend line. Solana's down 0.15% on the day, currently trading at 124.54. This thing's been pretty sideways as well since December 17th. Money flow just recently flipped positive though, probably about since December 15th. So that's actually quite exciting. We'll have to see if we end up breaking down or not. I think before we do, if we did break down, I think we would come up and test our neckline here one last time at 129. If you guys are not familiar, that line, the reason I call it a neckline is because it is a neckline from a previous inverse head and shoulder. So we have this broad pattern. The blue lines right here, top and bottom, was our pattern pretty much just back here. And when we broke that, we broke it with an inverse head and shoulder that tested the lower trend line, and we rejected the upper trend line, we held support at our neckline, and then that sent us to new all-time highs. So this purple neckline is incredibly relevant, as well as this upper and lower trend line on this broader trend. So when you see me say purple neckline, that's what I'm talking about. 124.57. A lot of confluence down here. And what's nice is we've been consolidating. Like these points are all converging. So the range is getting smaller, which seems boring. It's great for traders, but eventually it has to break one way or the other. And usually that consolidation spurs a little bit of volatility, which is what we want in order to push the price higher or lower in a violent fashion. The violent moves are the moves where people make a lot of money. So that is what we're looking for at the end of the day. But yeah, let's see if we get a break back above 129, 130. As of right now, we're at 124. Holding above 120 is going to be ideal for that. RSI, a lot less flat than Ethereum, which is interesting. But unfortunately, Ethereum has been very nice and sideways, while Sol has been a little more downside in the shorter term. Like I said, we did just recently flipped positive money flow, which is great. We got a red dot on the momentum wave pointing to the downside at the moment, but we have a bullish RSI pointing to the upside with a nice bounce off that moving average. So we'll see if that's consolidation or if we're actually going to push up here. It does look good for some potential upside. Total 3 is up 0.13% on the day, currently trading at 835.9 billion. If this is going to continue to the downside, I would, again, kind of similar to what happened back here, I would expect a third touch of this yellow trend line, which would probably be around 850, which is a nice psychological number again. And then worst case scenario, if we do end up back down here, I would look for at least a reaction at 800 billion. We got a little bit of an Adam Eve thing going on down here, which we'll keep an eye on. There's potential reversal there. RSI seems to want to hold above the moving average, which is good. We got positive money flow. Red dot on the momentum wave pointing to the downside, but that's the only bearish indicator out of a slew of bullish ones. At least what's on the chart at the moment. Let's see if we test 850 and get above that for bullish. Bearish, obviously, we're looking at 800. If we lose like 820 or 825. ADA is down 0.73% on the day. Getting a nice reaction off 36. We broke above it. Let's see, we got the same Adam Eve action going on here. We have consistently rejected this 38 level. And back here, we didn't quite make it there. I would call this a fake out above our yellow trend line. A retest of 36. And hopefully a break above both yellow and orange. We can continue to the upside. What's going on, Reese? Reese, it's really funny that you keep popping in here, man. We've been playing DayZ again, me and the fiance. You should pop in and join us. It's fun, dude. I was watching our old clips. That guy that that got you when you like charged into the tree, and then he came out and he got Liz, and then I snuck up behind him with the deagle and blew him away. That was pretty sick. I think that was like my first or second kill in the game. It was pretty cool. We had some fun times though, man. We got some fun clips from that too. The one of you running around and you're like getting chased by all the zombies and I literally cannot hit a single one of them. I could not land a shot that whole time, dude. It's like popping after you. I'm like, hold still. All right. Snack is up 1.2% on the day. Tried, man. I tried. I ended up saving you at the end. We wasted so much ammo though. My dumbass trying to shoot those zombies. Snack consolidating. Very much consolidating here. We'll see if we get a break up or down. Down, again, I would look for a hold of 777. Up. Well, let's see if we can get a break above. Let's break above 10 first. Let's break above 10, and then we can start talking about 11.5. Midnight. Midnight is up 2.6% on the day. This thing will not stop going. Very obvious solidified uptrend here. And perhaps a parabola. Obviously, it's not going to be that violent, but it does look like it's increasing over time. With the possibility of it, get a nice curve on it. Like one of those, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, it's not going to go up forever. But the RSI right now definitely is going to allow it a little bit of room. We got a green dot in the momentum wave, even though it's incredibly overbought. Money flow has been positive since the 18th. It seems like December 18, 19, 20. Definitely somebody flipped a switch, and money flow has been positive on most of these alts ever since then. XRP is down 0.5% on the day, currently trading at 186.41. We got a nice bounce off 184-ish, kind of? Yeah, I guess I would call it that. A little curl over going on right here. Nice volume, though, now that we're in Sunday. We got a unconfirmed green dot in market cipher, positive money flow since Christmas. Red dot on the momentum wave, point to the downside. RSI trying to bounce off that moving average. So it's kind of a 50-50 bull-bear fight right now. We'll see where it ends up. Volume could be a little bit better, but again, weekend, I would call it a weekend. We'll call it like holiday weekend liquidity. Not much you can do. H-bar down 0.13%. Very similar to XRP going on right here with that little curl over and the volume picking up now. Now that holiday's over. Red dot in the momentum wave pointed to the downside. That was incredibly overbought. Money flow flipped on Christmas, actually. Positive money flow on H-bar. That's actually huge. H-bar has been suffering for quite some time. We're well above 10, which is awesome. We're at 11.5. We can stay above 11.5 and maybe push to 12. That would be huge. SWE is down 0.52% on the day. Currently trading at 144.38. Let's get above 148 here, and then eventually 150. That clear resistance, though, is at 148, based on this previous price action. 140 seems to be holding nicely. RSI kind of getting a reaction off that moving average, which is huge. Money flow flipped positive yesterday, actually Saturday, December 27th. With the red dot, we might see some downside, but positive money flow is a big deal. Hondo's down 0.39% on the day, currently trading at 38.62. Not a whole lot going on here. It looks like it wants to do the Adam E thing that everything else is doing. Ideally, I would want to see it get above 40. 40 is going to be the next big resistance for Hondo. RSI kind of cooperating, bouncing off that moving average. That's great. Money flow flipped positive on Saturday as well. Red dot on the momentum wave pointed to the downside, but positive money flow is kind of everything right now. Let's get better volume and see if we can tick up. Arrow down 2.92% on the day. Not looking good for Aerodrome. We've got a clear support line right here around, I'm going to call it 46. Yep, 46-ish. Pretty much 46 even. Getting above 48 is going to be a big deal. There's clear support and resistance everywhere here. JY's Adventure said, sub chat. What's going on, JY's Adventure? So Arrow, I want to see the RSI get back above that moving average. Obviously, it does look very similar to what happened back here. So are we going to get that again? Push back above 48 would be a big deal. It actually, interesting. If we do get a reaction here, we got less than 1 minute remaining until the daily close contest, then we will have bullish divergence, which does technically signal a short-term reversal while the price continues down in the long term and the RSI continues up in the long term as well. But the potential short-term upside is better than a downside, I suppose. Bitcoin currently trading at 87,850 and 7 cents. Let's go down to the 1 minute time frame. Guys, get your guesses ready. 87,850, 30 seconds remaining until you guys can guess. Let's see. Very cool. I did update the numbers on the bottom of the screen. With only a handful of days left in December and me having missed so many days, every win from this point forward does count as 8 victories because 8's my favorite number and it makes it a little more interesting. Guys, 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. We've got rankings. Mr. Tyler, 42 wins, currently still holding first place. Tom Selleck's Goat in second with 29. Fahid in third with 28. J-Shear 2.0 in fourth with 24. Mr. Robbers in fifth with 17. Giovanni with 16. Hoffs with 15. Waterfly with 12. Janix with 11. Crypto Spaces solidified his position on the board yesterday with his win at 8. And Drummer also joining him. JY's Adventure coming in with 87,850. Let's see. Right now we are at 87,881, 87,901.94. We've got Gormley Branded Brooklyn coming in with 87,999.99. That's 57. I don't know why I typed 57. That's weird. 87,999.99. Okay. Rudy coming in. Index. YouTube changing the names of everyone literally like mid contest. It's crazy. That's a crazy choice. 87, 825 from Rudy. I just got really bad deja vu. It like, whoa, crazy. Watched The Goonies last night. My daughter's first time seeing it. Such a good movie, dude. That's such a good. I didn't know Josh Brolin was in that. I saw his name in the credits. I was like, oh shoot, he's literally in everything recently. John Tujo said, oh, what you think about Prime Crypto? I will take a look at that and tell you about that after the daily close contest, John. Bitcoin 87,902 and 90 cents. Alts are getting a little bit spicy here. I'm kind of excited for spicy altcoins. Look at Snack and Night ticking up out of nowhere, 2.6 and 2.5 collectively. Guys, you got 2 minutes and 51 seconds remaining on the clock for the daily close contest. Don't forget to get your guesses in. John said, oh, my bad, 87,969 cents. Got you, John. 87,900.69. Also not your bad. I appreciate the request. Cheers. Happy Sunday. Delicious coffee. I've been drinking coffee non-stop, dude. I'm a little bit out of control with the coffee. You'd think I'd be getting a lot more done. Like the opposite. I'm just sitting around. I'm like, with my coffee, shaking. That's what I do all day. Again, if you guys are in the Midwest, we got some spooky weather down there, so be careful. Make sure you keep an eye on that. Delicious. What do we got? We got 1 minute and 52 seconds remaining on the clock. Bitcoin currently trading at 87,896 and 80 cents. We've got 4 entrants in the daily close contest. 8 people watching, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. It does not cost anyone anything to play the daily close contest. All you got to do is submit your guess in the chat, and it is for the Binance Bitcoin USDT chart. What you think the daily close price is going to be. If you nail the first 5 digits, you win $20. If you nail all 7, you win $300. We have not had any $300 winners yet, but we have had several $20 winners. John said, I didn't even realize it was candle close time, but yeah, check out that Prime when we get done. We got somebody backing up. Are they going to hit my van? Dang it. They did not hit my van. Not going to lie, kind of look forward to that noise. I've had people. I had a Pickle Rick. No, I did not get you. Try putting. Yeah, there you go. I got you now. There you go. 87,998.75. I've had a FedEx truck drive into my parked van, and I got a big fat check for that. And then the same van had a guy earlier this year in October, actually, back into my parked van at McDonald's, and got a check for that as well. So the van has been incredibly lucrative to park. I've never had a parked van get struck so many times. All right, let's see. 87,886 and 4 cents. 8 seconds remaining on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating in the daily close contest. Let's get these bad boys up on the board. We've got 87,999.99 from Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn. Oops. Oh, jeez. Okay. And then we've got Pickle Rick with 87,998.75. And then we've got 87,969. You guys are bullish today. From John Tujo. John so far in the lead. And then we've got JY's Adventure with 87,850. Fahid, you have a chance to win it all, just so you know. 87,825 from Rudy. I'm just gonna put index in parentheses as well. Okay. Fahid, just so you're aware, Since I missed so many days throughout, I think I missed over 53 days of 2025 for the daily close contest. So I am, for these last few days of December, every single win counts as 8 points. So you have a chance. You have a chance to take first place. I'm just saying. I might actually just fudge what actual like time we do the contest as well for the remainder, just so that we can actually get contest wins in before the end of the year. But also, happy Sunday. John said, unacceptable, bro. It is what it is. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'll take a look at Prime. We got 87,908 and 8 cents. Oh, 87,908 and 7 cents. 2 minutes and 53 seconds remaining on the clock. John no longer in the lead. It is JWA's Adventures game at the moment. 87,850 is his guess. John very, very slightly above. Less than $1 above, actually, with 87,969 cents. Picklewick said, I've only won once. You come barreling in from behind if you win the next couple of days in a row. 87,899 and 12 cents. I don't like it when the price lingers this close to somebody else's guess. That makes me think that I'm going to be out $300, but that would be a pretty fitting close of the year. That'd be sick. That would be so sick if somebody won just before New Year's. 87,899 and 12 cents. Current Bitcoin price. We've got 3, 2, 1, 2 minutes remaining on the clock. John said need that 69 cents to get that 3 whirls. Hell yeah. 87,899 and 12 cents still. Are we going to flatline here? JWA's Adventure still in the lead, but only by a hair. 87,899 and 12 cents. 1 minute and 39 seconds remaining on the clock. Ryan said silver. Yeah, dude, silver's out of control. Did the market open yet? 81. Ooh, it's up 3% already. Let's go. John back in the lead with 87,907 and 92 cents. Wow. What do you guys think? Is the capital going to rotate from precious metals into other things than eventually crypto? We've got 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining on the clock. 87,907 and 92 cents. John Tujo currently in the lead at the moment. Let's see. 60 seconds remaining on the clock. This is the candle that will determine the fate of our winner. 87,907.91. John Tujo holding his lead with 87,969 cents. JWA's Adventure behind him with 87,850. Gourmet Brands Brooklyn and Pickle Rick relatively decent chunk above, but we can see back here that we have had wicks higher, which would be a crazy move for this close. This is daily and weekly. This is the last weekly close for 2025. 23 seconds remaining on the clock. 87,907 and 91 cents. 17 seconds. Still John Tujo's game, but anything can happen at the last second. Here we go, coming into 10 seconds. Candle turns green. 87,916 and 15 cents. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The big fat green candle. John Tujo is our winner. Bitcoin daily close price 87,952.71. 87,952.71. 87,952.71. Congratulations, John Tujo, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for our winner. Whoopsie. With his guess of 87,969 cents. Very cool. Congratulations, John, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat. Hell yeah. Let's transition to the 4-hour time frame. Get a little zoom out here. I don't believe that this is John's first win, but it is going to be a monumentous one that puts him on the board because he just got 8 points. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas. All right. Very cool. John Tujo. Yay! Let's go. All right. Let me add you to the winner's Google Doc. Oopsie. All right. Very cool. Congratulations, John, once again on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of $87,900.69 and an actual Bitcoin daily close of $87,952.71 on December 28th, 2025. Mr. John Tujo's prize is a homemade Italian sub. Congratulations, John, once again on your victory. Feel free to slice this bad boy up and divvy it up amongst your fellow competitors, your friends, your family, your coworkers, your employer. Maybe your employees, maybe you're an entrepreneur. Whatever you do, you are legally obligated to remove it from the premises. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy. Look at that. It's got little balls in there too. Oh, man. Delicious. Okay. Pickle Rick, give me that banana. Spam the bananas, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, John, once again on your victory. Let's see how many Johns. How many Johns? Let's see how many wins John has. Let's see. We have 10 now. John is up to 10 wins. He was originally at 2, but today's win put him above the double-digit mark. He is now at 10. John has officially solidified himself in, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, in 10th place with 10. Very cool. Congratulations, John. John said, I do own a restaurant, and yes, I will share the wealth. Hell yeah. Congratulations. You know what? That's awesome. Restaurant owner, John, thank you for enlightening us. Somebody triangulate. Do we have triangulation on John Tujo, restaurant owner? Okay. All right. Bitcoin, 87,849.51. Looking good. Where were we? We went through H-bar, Ondo, Arrow. I'm going to skip some. Polkadot's been getting a lot of love lately. I've been getting alerts for Polkadot, which is kind of crazy. A lot of people talking about it. Very strange. But, I mean, it's deserved. I feel like they've been getting kind of shafted for quite some time. So, it's about damn time they get some love. Cass. Not a whole lot going on here with Cass. Pith, same thing. Ryan S. said, I'm an enjoyer of food. Thank you. I also am an enjoyer of food. Avalanche 1264. Let's see. Can Avalanche finally get back above 1320? We got a trend line here. This trend line is very important. It literally goes all the way back to 2020. We've got a little double bottom here. A little double bottom here. And right here, we got a double bottom with a lower low, which is not the end of the world, but I do think it has to get back above that line. It's a big, important line. If it takes a doo-doo and a poopy and a poo-poo, then a lot of people are going to be very sad. 1264, not a great look. Not a great look. RSI sitting below that moving average, which is not the end of the world. We do have positive money flow that just flipped on Christmas. Merry Christmas, Avalanche. I will say the biggest downfall right now that they have going for them is that their name is literally a thing that can only go down. So I've never seen an avalanche that goes up. You know what I mean? Like Gravity would also be a horrible name for cryptocurrency because Gravity goes down as well. I think the worst name for cryptocurrency would be your mom, because your mom is always going down. Oh, damn! I'm so sorry. Your mom's a very nice lady. I apologize. Avalanche. Let's get back above 1320. Bearish case. I would want to hold above 1250 because we had a situation here where 1250 was not allowing us to pass. And then we passed and we retested. It looks pretty good, actually. It looks pretty good for that little potential retest. John, yes, we will take a look at Prime. Vahid said, Ryan, nice, John. John said, I'm down to Southeast Louisiana. Send me Dems Nanas. Joaz Adventure said, can we look at Monad and E-Monad, please? Brian said, Dorothy Mantooth was a saint. Dang. All right, let's take a look at Prime. I'm going to look at Prime after Chainlink, so I can get this out of the way. Chainlink struggling to get back up to 1268. That was a clear point of resistance here. Can we get back above it? As of right now, our last point of resistance was 1239. We officially have crossed above it, retested. Hopefully that's enough support to get us back above 1268, or at least retest that. Maybe we'll retest that, get a midpoint bounce, break above, and continue. Volume could be a lot better. Money flow did just cross positive on Christmas Eve, which is good. We got a green dot of the momentum wave pointing to the upside, and our RSI is sitting well above the moving average, so potential upside is definitely in play. Let's go take a look at Prime. Echelon Prime? Prime. I'm going to assume it's Echelon Prime. Rudy said, thank God weekend ends so I can trade a bit again. There was no volume. There really was no volume. I mean, yeah, people are celebrating with their family, so I had trades open. I literally didn't even bother looking at them, which is weird. I'm normally a trade babysitter. I've closed them in profit, but the profit was like minuscule, so not really that fun to even talk about, to be honest. Echelon Prime, 75.66. Definitely, hopefully bottoming. There's a recurring theme of a spike occurring with a little double bottom action. You got your little double bottom. But then, unfortunately, that continued to break down. What you don't want is for that to happen again here. So I suppose, hypothetically, you want to get back above $1 and stay above $1. Now, I guess without really even looking at this further, you're going to have clear resistance at 180. You're going to have psychological resistance at 150. And obviously $1 right now is a struggle. So get above those levels. 120 will probably be an issue as well, just based on this price action right here. Now, without even looking at the chart, I feel like, or after looking at the chart, I suppose I should say. Let's go, come on. I feel like they're printing. Let's see. Oh, and they are. Look at that. So this right here tells you exactly why. There you go. I mean, how often is it coming out? You had one at November 28th, and then December 28th, which is today. Every month they're printing a good chunk of the supply. It has slowed. It started off very violent, and then it slowed, and eventually it's going to stop in 2028, which is exciting. Currently, only 32.19% of it is circulating. Unfortunately, I'm going to assume that whatever gets printed gets sold off almost immediately, because that's what looks like happened right here. It was doing really good, and then... So... November 28th, 27, 28. Okay, so they sold here. They sold here. So yeah, that's a sell-off. That's not a guaranteed going to zero situation. Just keep an eye on it. But the amount circulating is not great, honestly. I'm not really going to chart it because there's nothing to chart. Get above $1, and then we'll start talking about 120. But you want to get above $1 before that next print. Otherwise, yeah, it's just a bank for the people that get whatever allocation gets printed. You know what I mean? Okay. Somebody else asked. We got Monad and E-Monad. Let's go take a look at that. Let me go to silver really quick. Up 2.26%. Currently trading at 81.1280. Whew. There's rumors going around that it's already trading for like $100 elsewhere. Crazy. Absolutely out of control. Go take a look at Monad. Was it Bybit? What chart did I look at before? I've charted this already several times. Am I crazy? Did I not put anything on the chart? Monad. I must not have put anything on the chart. Okay, we'll do Bybit. Yeah, silver's out of control, man. Tied to a video game? Okay. Ryan said a lot of good fundamental analysis graphs, things like stock to flow on Bitbo, Pengu to the moon. Also, Monero, all-time highs soon, upper echelon scam. Monero is the real Bitcoin and altcoins are a scam with the F God candle silver. Yeah, I successfully bought the silver top, so I apologize, guys. It was supposed to go down. I'm not sure what else to do. I can buy more. Monad 0.02. You know, am I crazy in thinking that I freaking charted this? There we go. Okay, it's USD on Coinbase. We really want to get above 23.22. We've got, I don't know, what do we have here? There was like, maybe, okay, I could try to make that argument. We've got a potential little funky inverse head and shoulder here, maybe. The target would not be that great, to be honest, but yeah, we hit the target already. Never mind. But we got our breakout and then maybe a support confirmation. Let's see if we can push from here. We got positive money flow on Christmas Eve and has maintained itself. Green dot on a momentum wave point to the upside and a potential upcoming cross over the moving average in the RSI. Does kind of look like it's trying to reject it right now, so we'll see if we can comes to anything with that. You want to get above 23.22. You're at 22.31 right now. Very dyslexic. If you're not dyslexic already, this will make you dyslexic for sure. But get above 23 and then eventually 25, and we can start talking about some more upside. E-monad. Oh, emo. Interesting. Okay. 1 month, 19 days. I'm going to go with the 1 year or 1 month one. Okay. Looks good. If I wanted to try to sell you on some BS, I would tell you that I consolidated here and it just broke out. But it's a meme coin and there's not enough chart data for that. Taking that information aside, 4 hour looks good. You get your initial push, your sell-off, so you know your devs are happy now. Devs. And then your initial push, sell-off, so you know the early buyers are happy now. Push, sell-off. And that mini baby sell-off right here, maybe the 2 or 3 smart guys that got in here sold off right there. And they bought back right here, and now they're holding on for the long term. I'm totally making all of this up. You're having trouble getting above 6, 0.0006. So it's trying real hard though. There's clear overhead resistance. Getting above that's going to be a big deal. Continuation of the upside. RSI, a little heated. It's on the upper half of the chart, but again, that's not the end of the world. You get a nice bounce, maybe reaction off of that 0.5 or that 50 level. What I like to look at is the holders. Too much coffee. Who, me? Always too much coffee. Okay. Liquidity pool is the top holder, which is great. And then you got a contract right here. Maybe that's a lock. Not sure what that is. And then you got 15.6K. So this guy could take about 50% of that liquidity. 15.2. I'm wondering if these are the same person. Very curious. But other than that, I mean, it doesn't look horrible. I've seen way worse. Not ideal. This is like my 5th cup. I've only been drinking coffee. I'm out of control. My fiance got me this bougie pour-over machine. So I've been having like the most bougie coffee. It's pretty delicious. So yeah, I like the structural I don't know, shape of this price action. It's not indicative of a rug, but you'd be surprised. Getting above 0.6, 0.0006 is going to be a big deal. Let's see. Silver. Let's talk about silver. It's currently trading at $80.55. This thing is absolutely out of control. Everyone thinks the world is collapsing and the planet's imploding because there's no silver or something like that. I think that they just need it, and they know that there isn't a lot of it. Teacher said, yo, Is it me or is STX looking bullish? Is every alt? Every alt kind of looks decent right now. I don't want to be that guy. Take a look at STX. I mean, I do want to be that guy, actually. I'm totally that guy. You got a little double bottom action here going right now. Little Adam Eve. And that Eve is actually inverse head and shoulder. Eve has been maybe a little bit unfaithful to Adam. So is Adam, though. I mean, Adam's definitely not a man. Let's be honest. But Eve has this head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder going on with a little breakout, retest, confirmation. Can we get back above our yellow trend line here is the ultimate question. We got a nice bounce reaction off of 25. We're at 26.46 right now. Let's continue and see if we can break above 26.81. That would be the ideal scenario here. Nice little fake out to the downside below our yellow trend line, which goes back who knows how far. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh, legacy trend line going all the way back to September 2020, just like Avalanche. Let's get back above that bad boy. We are almost fulfilling our wicks, our scam wicks from allegedly Binance's October 10th fumble, which I don't know if they're to blame or not, to be honest. I have no idea. Silver up 1.32% on the day. 80.38. I don't know. My long-term target for silver, I think, has been filled. I'm pretty sure it was this 77. And my January 20th target hit, a month ahead of schedule. Like a month and 10 days ahead of schedule. 40 days ahead of schedule. I'm not sure how to even chart this anymore. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what alt season is supposed to look like. This is a beautiful, beautiful parabola. And also a blow off top. Now, is it going to continue? I don't know. I have no idea. There's people calling for $100 silver. For some reason, people on X are starting to talk about $1,000 silver. Why? I have no idea. All of the altcoin traders, I think, have just moved on to precious metals. They saw this thing hit 50, 60 bucks, and they were like, oh my gosh, I'm going to buy all the silver. And that's what they're doing right now. I can't really tell if it's comical, or if it's sad, or if it's scary. It's just kind of crazy at this point. Idiocracy is becoming a documentary. Rudy said nice, so short silver, 100x leverage. Ryan said, imagine if silver is just a big old bull flag. It might be, dude. I mean, I made this stupid thing. Right down here. What does this actually put us at? I think we hit that already. I think that was my stupid $77 target. No, that would have put us at like 69. Nice. And we hit that already too. We're at 79 right now, for fuck's sake. It's out of control, man. Out of control. It is getting eaten up right now, though. People are selling. Ooh. All right, let's go take a look at gold. Gold is 45.13. J.Waz Avenger said, I feel sick. Sigh. Dude, I'm not going to lie. This has nothing to do with feeling sick. I was hangry before I got on, and I scarfed down some cheesy potatoes. I feel so good now. There's something in my brain. I'm definitely just turning into a fat guy. My brain is like, would be nice if we had maybe a little bit of food. And I'm like, I'm not really that hungry. And then my brain is like, I think some of that food sounds good. We should eat some food. And I'm like, yeah, I guess that does sound okay. And then it's like, we need food. And I'm like, okay, we're going to go get some food. It's like an internal battle going on right now. And the angel and devil on my shoulder are both fat. And they both just want food. Gold currently trading at 45.11. Tisha said crypto being overvalued, I think, has no or little impact on the real world, in my opinion. But how does gold and silver overvalued impact the real world? Gold and silver are safe haven assets. So gold and silver exploding in value pretty much means everyone's scared. Zero, what's going on? Everybody say hi to Zero. Happy Sunday, my friend. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. If not, I hope you had a fun December 25th regardless. Ryan said, OMG, $4,500 gold. I feel like buying a few ounces from Costco. That picture's going around of the Costco gold being 2K a couple years ago. It's crazy. Philly kind of had like a shook moment the other day when I pointed out that silver was like 25 bucks earlier this year. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy, dude. Ryan said gold and silver equals AI. Yeah, apparently they need silver to conduct electricity, even though copper and gold do the same thing. I don't know. I think it's all BS, to be completely honest. I think people are just scared and they're running to safe haven assets. But yeah, gold currently sitting at $4,500. I have a big boy target. My frugal big boy target is like 48.49, and my FU, like out of control big boy target, is 51. I don't know if any, like, I don't have strong convictions in either of those, to be honest. But our last top was 43.81, and we blasted right through that. We're sitting at 45 right now. So, and this, again, I'm pointing out this every single day. These are all like target lines. These are not trajectory lines. Somehow they magically become trajectory lines whenever I draw them. Especially if I don't have strong conviction in them. The price is always just like, oh, we're going to do exactly what JJ drew on here. Just so he feels like an idiot. So that's what's playing out right now. If that is the case, then gold will probably be, not financial advice, $5,000 before the end of January, which would be insane. John Shanks said silver is in most missiles. I've seen that as well. Yeah, it takes like a ridiculous amount of silver for like a warhead or something like that. Ryan said once gold goes above 5K, it's never looking down. Joe Wise Adventure said, what a time. You know what really peeves me about all of this? I used to brag about how I'm never buying console again because it's actually cheaper for me to build a whole PC. That's probably still the case, but it's getting close. Like RAM doubling in price overnight and hard drives doubling in price overnight. I literally like had to do a double take. I was like, why is this so much money? So I appreciate you guys in peer pressuring me a couple months ago to get better RAM because you saved me a couple $100. Gourmet Brand said, gotta run, guys. Have a good night. Take it easy, my friend. Cheers. Happy Sunday. I'm kind of scared to go to work tomorrow. It's supposed to be some spicy weather tomorrow. So we'll see if I end up taking the day off, then we'll probably stream. Dude, RAM prices exploded. I'm pissed. I'm so mad. And it's not because I need it, but like in the future, I would like to have the option of maybe building a whole nother PC. I literally, there was like gears turning in my head. I'm like, I could build PCs for a living. I think it'd be fun. I don't think anyone's going to be doing that now. PCs just doubled in price overnight. Out of control. Ryan said, I got you, fam, 100. Joe Adventure said, what's going to be the big news for gold and silver going crazy? Another pandemic, recession, war? I don't know, man. So I think, here's what I think. John said, AI, man. I think people are panicking right now because there's like 50% of the population thinks we're doing great because they're invested in like the stock market. And the other 50% isn't. And they're having trouble finding and keeping or getting jobs or anything like that because of AI. So those people think it's over. So there's two ideologies right now going at war. Some people think that we're in like some super cycle, God candle super cycle. And the other people are like, what are you, crazy? I can't even hold a job. I can't afford my car payment. My car is getting repoed and the housing market's out of control. So there's these two ideologies at war and they're complete opposite. There's people that think that we're in like a doom spiral recession. And there's people that think we're in a God candle super cycle. And both of them are very happy with gold and silver pumping because one of them owns gold and silver and the other one is buying it to prevent the doom, I guess. I don't know. Me personally, I'm an investor. I'm buying gold and silver to flip it. And if the apocalypse happens, I'm selling everything that I can and buying food. And if I can't do any of those things, I don't care about gold and silver. I'm going to go hunt and eat and build a shelter. I have no need for gold and silver in the apocalypse. And I'm sorry, if like the currency collapses, it's the apocalypse. I'm just saying. I'm not going to be staying in some military camp like The Last of Us. Tisha said, this is still cheap. Good for trying a second operating system like Bazite. Why is it cheap? I think it was DRAM. Look at the higher capacities. Brian said I was planning on selling some PCs soon. I still have a dozen 30 series NVIDIA graphics cards from my old Ethereum mining days. Recently built an AM5 Ryzen 7 9800X3D with 32 gigabytes DDR5 RAM and NVIDIA 3090 graphics. Joanne's Adventure said, so a recession. Picklebrick said, do people think it's bad? People definitely think it's bad. Say China's buying all the silver, but who knows? Yeah, they're apparently going to outlaw, or they're going to put restrictions on exports or something like that. Rudy said, is there too much bullishness? Shorts seem reasonable. I feel like shorts definitely seem reasonable. Silver, I told you guys about the top. It's down 3% right now. I want to cope with y'all. How do I short silver? Short silver on Robinhood. Guys, if you guys want to sign up for Robinhood, even though we don't really like them, feel free to check out the affiliate link in the description. Appreciate you guys. Short silver on Robinhood use inverse ETFs like ZSL. All right, let's go do it. Just for funsies, you know. ZSL. Inverse leverage product. Yep. Buy in dollars. Bam. Done. Queued for market open. What? That don't make no sense. All right, whatever. What a piece of garbage. My worst trading year ever. Honestly, my trading was, I didn't even want to look at my annual APR or whatever it's called. Rudy said, shoot, my 100x leverage short alert was accurate. Why didn't I listen to my inner self? Ryan said, JY, you're trying too hard, experiencing burnout. Take a break and don't put so much pressure on yourself. Bearish engulfing silver, oh no. John Shank said, Pickle Rick, what's up, man? You coming back to Lifer Group? And Tish, you said choking the link or not? Choking it? That's kind of kinky. This is a different kind of channel. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Ooh, I'm back. Okay, they're trying to shut me down because I'm telling everyone to short silver. I apologize. That's not financial advice, guys. Can you check Turbo? Yes, I can. Lifer Group. Ryan said I was high yield savings account maxi for most of the year. Shorted Bitcoin to 85.7. Then swapped to the Monero before its 25% rally. My usual typos. Cash Oak said, what's up, brother? Hope all is good. Appreciate you, Cash Oak. Happy Sunday, my friend. If you had a sick holiday. Let's go take a look at Turbo really quick before silver rogues us all. Oh, I just typed in silver. Turbo. I feel like I've looked at this before. I literally can't look at this or say it without thinking of Wreck-It Ralph. John said, getting too kinky for YouTube. Tisha said, no, it's because I said choking, but I meant to say checking. It's like you choking that link, man. Spit on it. Turbo 0.001725. We got oversold right here for some reason. And now we're at 50 and the prices are the same. Interesting. So the RSI, there's not a lot of strength here, man. Not a lot of strength. Definitely not a lot of volume. It is bottomed out, though, relative to its previous bottoming. And this was a lower low, so you know everyone and their brother was opening a short right here, and then it blew up and probably wrecked them. I don't know. Is it going to fill that wick? Doesn't look great when you zoom out. You really want to get... I'm going to put points of confluence on here at this point, because I'm not sure what to make of this. You got some clear support right here, which is good. Resistance-ish. I'm actually just going to call that 2. Getting above 2 is going to be a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, let's get above 0.002 and then we can start talking. For now, it's very much consolidating, I guess I would call it. Problem is, you don't know if it's consolidating for a pop or a bust. It could be either one. But it's very much doing the same thing that everything else was doing during the holiday weekend. You're like flatlined on your RSI, right smack dab in the middle. Money flow is still negative, which is not great. You do have a green dot in the momentum wave, so short term, Could see some upside, but for now, you really want to get back above 0.002. Silver, 75.27. Bitcoin moving a little bit, is it? Ooh, let's go see. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, John Tujo, once again on your victory. Bitcoin is moving a little bit. 88,177 and 35 cents. Very nice. Is capital rotating from precious metals back into the Bitcoin? That is a great question. Is there still time to cancel my eBay order? Let's see. $188,251. I'm gonna go back to chat. Oh my gosh, you guys are out of control in chat. Ryan said Alex Jones trying to shut down JJ for bashing silver. Some level of hope needs to come back before the real dump. Cashok said soldiers rip. Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin have me feeling like could bottom. Pickle Rick said another pickle. I am the alpha pickle. Bitcoin moving a little. Rudy said, for me, trading last week was so easy. Just find coins with parabolic pump and short that crap. Got from 10 euro to 450 euro. Hell yeah, that's the way to do it, man. And you can compound trade that up to $250,000 in a couple months. John said, dear God, please. JOS Adventure said, here comes a relief rally, but will it lead to new all-time high? Dude, that'd be sick. Heading into the new year, especially. I mean, it is pretty spicy. Alts being over like 1% or more already. That close to the close. That never happens. Ever. That never, ever happens. All right, let's see. We got news segment, ladies and gents. JOS Adventure said, I hate that alts depend on Bitcoin to move. Makes me sick. I don't know if they do. It's dependent on Bitcoin dominance. And dominance is dumping, so it's good for us. If we get below 59, it's going to get a lot better for alts. And then eventually we lose 58, and then it's all over. Like, that, in my opinion, we have to lose it with conviction. This, obviously, you know, we got a couple fake outs, and then it came back up. And now it's sitting well above 59. We want to get below 58, and we want to break down from there. And that is my hope. An eventual touch of, I think, 40-ish would really do it for us bottoming out, or for altcoins topping out, for Bitcoin bottoming out. I don't know. It's a gamble. It really is. I used to, like my fiance used to call it gambling. I'd be like, it's not gambling. It's investing. Definitely gambling, guys. We're gambling. We're all just gambling addicts. It's okay. Investors are gamblers too. There's no such thing as an investment. Except for like a house. A house is an investment. A kid is an investment. You're you know, paying to raise this kid in hopes that they're going to take care of you when you start getting a little too old, so you don't have to pay for like in-home care. Oh, that's so morbid. All right, news segment. We've got a lot of news today. Bitcoin Archive posted Michael Saylor. We're hearing rumors that major banks in the U.S. will start to buy Bitcoin, custody Bitcoin, and issue credit against the native Bitcoin asset in the first half of 2026. Hell yeah. Ted Pillows. I don't know who that is. Is this that's not the My Pillow guy, right? Gosh, that is an unfortunate name. The Fed has injected $75 billion, $70 million in liquidity this month via repo operations. At what point will Bitcoin start noticing this? Now, here's my big question. Was this not supposed to be capped at 45? That right there, them ending quantitative tightening and then basically starting up quantitative easing. But they're like, well, we're not going to do more than 45 billion a month. And then them literally doubling that, essentially, is the biggest sign that something is broken, and they're going to have to do a little rinse repeat of 2019. And we all know what that led to, right? A big boy monster mash super rally that I'm very excited for. JY's Adventure said, White Whale on Soul went crazy. I need one of those. Not crypto. You can create an edge for yourself. Playing slots has no edge. Buying a lottery ticket has no edge. I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, what if I would have taken all of my money that I've invested and just bought like Mega Millions, Powerball, or scratch offs? Would I have made more money? Not overall, I don't think, but maybe at least in 2025, probably. Okay. I'm joking, by the way. Don't do that. Don't do anything that I say, unless you're sending super chats and shit. Crypto Rover posted in 2020, Bitcoin entered one of its biggest rallies ever after the gold cycle topped. Bullish cross. We've got a bullish cross of, I think, the MACD. Not a huge fan of the MACD. Longer term, it seems to work better. I just don't like how it can like top out or bottom out for just months on end. But I do like it. I do like it right now. Right now, I'm a fan. Tishu said, did not open Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency. Joazovich said, nah, last year was great for crypto. A lot of people made money. 2024 was fine. 2024 was wonderful. 2023 and 2024, I made more money than I had ever made in my entire life. 2025 was trash. You can create an edge for yourself in crypto when it's a bull market. That is true. Tishu wants to take a look at Doge. He's being passive aggressive and weird. 12.5. I hate to be this guy, but for Doge, it's so close to this line down here at 10. I'm still looking for that. Now, it would be very much on brand for me to be dead wrong and for Doge to like go to $1 from here. So I'm going to ask that if you do take that gamble, not financial advice, you take it with my affiliate links in the description. The 1 hour looks better. Okay, let's take a look. That's the 1 minute. Whoops, that's embarrassing. Tell you guys I'm dyslexic. Okay, it does look good. It looks very much like a W bottom, and we've seen this 1,000 times with this exact layout, and the curve and everything. Even if it's just temporary like this one, this move right here, you trade that. Look how much money you can make. You put 10 bucks in with like a, let's call it a 4x. That's 14. That's 52. 52%. So you'd have $15.20 after that. You put 100 bucks in, you'd have 150. That's a pretty good trade. Not financial advice. Use my affiliate links. 12.51. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Go back to Bitcoin. 88.208 and 81 cents. Looking good. This sub is huge. Congratulations, John Tujo, once again on your victory. Enjoy your Italian sub, your homemade Italian sub. Silver down 2.95% on the day. Ooh, it's getting spicy. Look at that volatility. Lovely. Are we going to get a real retrace here? Or is this just a shake out some leverage and continue blasting to the top? Ryan said, Doge 10-cent lifetime buying opportunity. Inverse cup and handle. All right. Just in Dubai, physical silver price hits a record 86.36 per ounce, according to UAE gold price. I don't know how accurate any of this information is. With CME like halting silver trading on Friday, it got real funky because no one really knew anything about where anything was going, and it's just confusing, you know. So obviously we'll see what happens, but as of right now, very indecisive. Continuation. Volatility shall ensue. Giovanni said, yo, what's going on, Giovanni? JY's Adventure said, for example, Doge, buying Doge is better bet than buying a lottery ticket or playing slots or sports betting. It has a risk, yes, but everything has a risk. See, now to that, if I was a contrarian or playing devil's advocate, I would say to you, per capita, if you put the same dollar amount into every single cryptocurrency, you would lose more money than if you put the same dollar amount into every single scratch-off available to you. Make sense? I think your odds are better when you zoom out with the lottery. Now, if you know a little bit about crypto, then you're not going to do those things, right? But that's the educational edge. That's where the nuance comes into play, the semantics. And that's where an asshole like me is going to try to take advantage of the situation and prove a point while also being just an asshole. Milk Road Macro posted, here's an update on what's happening with the ISM. The ISM is one of the market's favorite gauges of the business cycle. When ISM is rising, the business cycle is improving. When it's falling, it's time to be cautious. Historically, a top of PMI uptrend is often where you see bursts of speculation. Image 2. But that's not what we're seeing today. As shown in image 3, we have had a true business cycle upturn. We haven't had a true business cycle upturn since 2020 to 2021. We only get an upturn when the ISM rises above 50, expansion, but it's largely been stuck below 50, contraction. This signals that the cycle has room to run well into 2026. So we've got ISM manufacturing PMI sitting probably just above 48. And I remember talking about this. This has been literally since 2023, has been consolidating just below 50. So when that breaks above 50, it's going to get pretty spicy. I think 55 is the real winner. 2017 bull run was right here. It got above 55. Got above 56 and then went all the way up to 60, it looks like. And then 2021 bull market, we were above 58, went all the way up to 64, 65 even, and then eventually broke below 58 and it got bearish again. This is crazy. ISM manufacturing PMI, cycle. And right here we've had nothing. So the data lines up, it really does. JY's Avenger said, good point, I'll give you that. That's why I say it's not just straight up gambling with crypto. That's true. There is some control. Right. With actual gambling, you can just blindly throw money at crap and you got like the same odds as everybody else. With crypto, you can increase your odds by, putting time into it. You get more for your, I don't know how to go. You get more for your money with gambling, but more for your time with crypto. There might be something to that. Even low cap memes on Solana. You under 100K, you can create a way for you to win on those consistently. I just like momentum, man. I can't wait for momentum to return. I make so much money in momentum trading, even if it's just like $1 at a time. And people might call me crazy, but after a month of a couple bucks compounding per trade, you're playing with a couple grand. It's not hard to do that. You just need momentum. During a bear market, I'd much rather buy scratch-offs. Watcher Guru posted Robinhood gives away $750,000 worth of Bitcoin to its users. That's crazy. You know what would make them, I think, a lot more money? If they picked like 750 people to win $1,000 a piece. Because then they just out of nowhere, like just random users, everyone would start using Robinhood if that was a possibility. Maybe I'm crazy. JY Avenger said one trade after the other. Tishu said soul memes. Let JJ tell you about them. Oh no, I think JY Avenger knows. I am so historically bad at Solana memes. And it's because all it takes is a funny picture and I'm like, I'm buying this. Oh my gosh, look at how cute this stupid little character is. And I'll throw 10 bucks in. It'll go up to 20 and I'll be like, no, it's going higher. And so it's like a mixture of like stupidity and greed. I'm stupid for investing in it in the first place just because it's a cute picture. And then I think it's going to go higher and then it rugs like the next day. And I'm like, dang it, I lost 10 bucks. It's ridiculous. Joe Avenger said, there's always a bull market somewhere. White whale on Sol. Take a look, please. I didn't buy, but I could have got $100 exposure at 1 mil. I saw someone post about this on X. Days where JJ would live gamble on Soul memes. That was fun, dude. Whoa! What? Are we back? This isn't even a cute picture. This is a stupid picture. We will continue to do the Harambe gamble, guys. Let me check when the alert is. Were you guys here for the Harambe? This is like my only claim to fame when it comes to soul memes. I swear to God. The Harambe gamble, I think it's in April. No. May. No. Nope. Nope. June? When is Harambe? When is Harambe is a crazy question. Can't be July or August, right? Am I crazy? It's not in October. When did Harambe die? Harambe died May 28th. Okay, so it is in April. I front ran in March. In March, we are going to buy Harambe. Whether it's 10, 20, 50, $100, we are going to buy some Harambe, the original one. And then in April, it's going to pump leading into May. Probably before his death anniversary, it's going to dump again. But we are going to front run the front runners. And we are going to capitalize and probably double our money. Not financial advice. We did it this year and it worked great. I literally was like randomly going through my calendar and I was like, oh, on April 28th, it says buy Harambe. And then I checked May 28th was the death anniversary and I was like, And it was like, it had happened to be March at the point that I saw that. And I was like, I'm going to buy some right now. And I did that, doubled my money, sold, and then the price eventually went down. But we doubled our money. It's almost a guaranteed win. Not financial advice. I don't know. Maybe I'll start accumulating right now just for fun. Okay. JOS Adventure said, crypto, you can have an edge. That reaction right there. Exactly. Harambe Day coming up soon. That was a good call. Derek said, I'm always here for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe, boys. All right, let's continue. Silver doing its thing. Yeah, wait, Whale. This is insane. This is freaking awesome. What's funny, too, every single time, you know that this happened, and then this happened, and everyone down here, they just sold everything, and then they're like, I told you it was an effing scam, and then this occurred, and then right here, they're like, see, you got scammed twice, you idiot, and then it went boom. And now all of these people that sold right here are probably in right here, they bought like right here, or even at the very top right, wherever, and they're like, I told you this thing was going to 50 mil, you know, deleting all their old shit. Oh, good stuff. All right, back to the news segment. Teacher said, I bought this one for $5.39. Did I do well? I think I'm set up for a few years. Oh, geez. I think so. Oh my God, yeah, it's 7:09 now. I like that the picture that I'm looking at is literally like pixelated. Yeah, I'm still. What did I get? I think Ryan helped me pick mine. I think I got a 3080 or something like that. It was probably his. I bought it off eBay. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. JOS Adventure said, another example of crypto having an edge, betting on a fresh layer 1 and its ecosystem, like being early to Cardano and Snack. Let's go. Solana and Bonk, ETH and SHIB, Pepe. You can kind of control your odds in crypto with research, experience, and skill. Exactly. You get more for your time in crypto for sure. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. Back to orange. Marty Party posted the US dollar lost nearly 10% of its value this year. He also gave us an update at 5:05 p.m. of his little Wyckoff chart. We'll see if we start to pump towards January 1st. It's getting close. 2026 is going to be incredible. Trump is calling for interest rates to 1% and promising stimulus checks. AI CapEx is nearing $1 trillion per year, and precious metals are making history. All as mass deregulation is in full swing, and the U.S. and China are in an all-out AI arms race. Meanwhile, midterm elections are coming. The Fed has ended quantitative tightening, and retail participation in capital markets is at record highs. Crypto should soon rejoin the asset owner party. Be excited for what's next and position accordingly. Let's frickin' go. Silver, I think it's going to keep going up, honestly. This is indicative of a heavy reversal candle, though, especially the size. But I don't know if this is volatility from leverage or from arbitrage. I have no idea. It gets to a certain point where you can't really do TA on it because it is just in like FU bull mode. JOS Venture said, that's why I'm the Monad guy now. Tishu said GPU prices going up next year and probably no new releases. Maybe NVIDIA super refresh because of VRAM. Yeah, I don't even know, man. I'm at a loss. I'm glad I built PCs for me and my fiance and my daughter when I did. I got really lucky, bought the bottom there. Kind of bummed out that everything skyrocketed in price. Bitcoin 88,242 and 15 cents. We did liquidate some we hit some liquidation points right there. One of these had word on them, didn't they? Or did I accidentally delete that? Let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where we're at. We're breaking out on Sunday evening like we do. Get a little zoom. Okay, and we next have 88,461. Oops. 88,461. Okay. Congratulations, John Tujo, once again on your victory. Enjoy your Italian sub. Okay. Bitcoin versus gold and silver. The Bitcoin to silver ratio is now down to 1,104, the lowest since September 2023. Since May, the ratio has dropped 67% as silver has significantly outperformed Bitcoin. At the same time, the Bitcoin to gold ratio is down to 19, the lowest since November 2023, and is down 50% since January. By comparison, the ratios stood at 680 and 9, respectively, at the 2022 bear market low. Meanwhile, the gold to silver ratio is now down to 57x, the lowest since April 2013, nearly halving since March. Can crypto catch up in 2026? That's the goal. That is the goal. Buy when others are fearful. Be greedy when others are fearful. Everyone is so terrified right now. Let's go take a look at fear and greed, actually. That's a great metric. Great segue. Great segue, JJ. 24. We have had, I think, the longest streak of consecutive extreme fear in history. It's looking a lot like the 2021 bottom before we got a little rebound. So the people calling for like a 2021 like double top situation, you might not be wrong. The data is definitely on your side right now. I personally disagree, but you know, I've been wrong a million times just as much as everybody else has. Coin market caps, fear and greed is just sitting at 30. Fear. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, this is all their data. They've only started tracking in 2023. The size of the U.S. stock market is at historic levels. Total U.S. public equity market capitalization is now up to a record $72 trillion. This is now more than 3.5 times the size of developed Europe's market and over 3.5 times China and Hong Kong combined. It is also larger than the combined market value of Europe, China, Hong Kong, Japan, India, France, and the UK. That's crazy. This comes as the Nasdaq's market cap has more than doubled since 2022 to a record 38 trillion. At the same time, the New York Stock Exchange's market value has surged 10 trillion to 32 trillion. The US is dominating global markets. Get wrecked. Google search interest for silver officially hits its highest level on record. The precious metals rally is gone mainstream. Let's go. Bitcoin 88,258. Silver down 2.39% on the day. Bearish engulfing. Obviously, that's not going to close until midnight. Nope. What time does that close? 8 p.m. or 9 p.m.? It's 4 hour. It just opened at 11 p.m. That's what it would be. JJ, no math good sometimes. An important note on the precious metals rally. What we are seeing now is a combination of a physical shortage, a short squeeze, and evolving macroeconomic conditions. As you may know, our call for 2025 was gold 4,400 and more recently, silver to 80. However, it is important to note that straight line price action is never sustainable. Silver, gold, and all other precious metals will see many more red days and some very red days in the near future. While we are pleased that our forecasts are coming to fruition, it is critical to assess risk properly and keep sentiment in perspective. This is not a change in our macroeconomic outlook or a call for an immediate top, but an important disclaimer. Manage your risk, and this market is incredibly profitable. Asset owners are winning. That is very much true. Breaking. President Trump says he has brokered a peace deal between Thailand and Cambodia. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I'm ignorant for this. I had no idea there was anything going on between Thailand and Cambodia. I'm so sorry. Key events this week. November pending home sales data comes out on Monday. Tuesday, we got Fed meeting minutes. Wednesday, initial jobless claims data. Thursday, China's silver export restrictions begin. U.S. stock market closed because it's New Year's. And Friday, December S&P Global Manufacturing PMI data. We have another short but action-packed week ahead. Let's go. Again, guys, there's a big spooky storm blowing through the Midwest. So if you guys are in the Midwest, be careful out there. Stay inside if you can. Breaking, President Trump says Russia's President Putin is very serious about peace, and they are in the final stages of talking. I feel like we've heard that a million times before. U.S. homebuyers and sellers are both retreating from the market. The estimated number of U.S. homebuyers is down to 1.425 million in November, the second lowest in at least 12 years. By comparison, the pandemic low was 1.379 million in April 2020. The number of buyers has been in a clear downtrend since 2021. Meanwhile, the number of sellers is down to 1.954 million, the lowest since February 2025, posting the sixth consecutive monthly decline. As a result, there are now 37.2% more home sellers than buyers, the fourth highest monthly reading in at least 12 years. By comparison, the gap stood at 36.6% in November 2021, near the market low. Housing activity is freezing up. I'm excited to see what Trump is allegedly going to do with this housing national emergency, because he said he doesn't want home valuations to drop, but he wants, people to be able to buy homes. And right now, I think the median age just reached a record 40 years, which is crazy. Like 40-year-olds are your average home buyer. That's insane. That gives me 8 years. I got 8 years to save up for a down payment. So hopefully something can be fixed with that. Since publishing this research, we are now receiving multiple reports of physical silver prices exceeding $90 an ounce in China. Many are reporting physical silver prices in the U.S. above $80 an ounce. U.S. silver futures will reopen in 90 minutes. That was 3 hours ago. Silver mania has gone mainstream. That's crazy. Cointelegraph posted, Insight, emerging markets will lead real-world asset tokenization in 2026 by skipping legacy finance. Good. Silver is now the third most valuable asset by market cap, and it's not far from flipping Nvidia. Ooh, that's crazy. Market, December could still close green, so they're looking for December to potentially rise 3.1% and eat that. Let me see, Bitcoin monthly performance. Historical returns. Bam. Yeah, currently Q4 December, we are down 2.64, so we're already 0.4% away from or into eating that 3% negative, which is, I guess that's okay. If we get a green, green December followed by red January, green, red, green, red. Okay, so yeah, green, green. Okay, 2021 was green to green. So was 2023 to 2024. Oh. So it's definitely just a 50-50 mixed bag. Nothing's ever guaranteed. Okay, next we've got Google searches for crypto have hit yearly lows. I stand by not really caring for the Google search thing. I think it's obvious for silver, but with crypto, I feel like it's been so hit or miss. Matt Hogan said Bitcoin will deliver steady but unspectacular returns over the next decade, so you should buy altcoins, not financial advice. Insight, a Bitcoin pump doesn't need to wait for gold and silver to pull back per Glassnode analyst. What a guy. Russia's largest bank issued a pilot loan backed by crypto. Hell yeah. This is called Cyberbank. That's kind of funny. Update, the chance of a January rate cut has now fallen below 18% per CME Group. Honestly, if you are ever going to take these bets, probably 2 weeks before the possibility of the cut is the best time to do it. If you're like betting on the idea of a flip-flop. Market, over 53% of all stablecoins are on ETH. Derek said, I don't Google crypto, I coin market cap it. Yeah, Googling crypto is such a weird metric to measure. I've really never seen it actually play out and like to where it makes sense. Nick Shirley launched a Zora. I'm not sure who that is. I do have a Zora myself though. Let's see. All right. Bitcoin chilling, 88,257 and 32 cents, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for being here. JY Adventure said, do you know him? He does journalism. I do not, actually. Nick Shirley. Yeah, I don't think I do. Latest. The last time the total liquidations chart was this flat, nearly 1 billion in long liquidations followed the next Monday. Will history repeat? That would be crazy. Although somehow not surprising. Never trust a weekend pump. TechDev, another rare appearance from TechDev. Fifth signal in the history of Bitcoin, business cycle inflections. Each of the previous four started multi-month bull legs. Note how different this business cycle has looked. Hence how different this business cycle has felt. Higher for longer, best part lies above midline. We are below midline and we got a reversal. Let's freaking go. So we're starting to pick up. Nice. Bitcoin may finally be at the end of its longest runway. Another rare post from TechDev came out of the woodwork to report to us that we may be potentially entering a bull market finally. We got to bounce off of our trend line down here, which each time has resulted in a tremendous run for Bitcoin. Bitcoin Archive also reposted this, the best chart in Bitcoin right now. Are you ready? Now, TechDev is one of the people that has not come out and said, oh, we're going to go parabolic tomorrow, and been wrong 10,000 times. He has been preaching about the business cycle for almost as long as I've been saying 2025 was not a bull market. So there's a good reason to take what this guy says at least a little bit serious, because he has conviction in his plays. Chiefy posted, Bitcoin is showing the same structure we saw during the 2021 bull run. If the 4-year cycle hasn't broken, Bitcoin will dump to 33K in 2 weeks. Most people aren't prepared for what comes next. So again, we look at the bullish, we look at the bearish. This guy is pointing out a possibility that we pump back up and reject our midpoint right here in between this range, and then eventually dump down to 33K, which in my opinion is kind of crazy, but I also wasn't thinking that we were going to have like a 50% pullback for 2025 either. Ash Crypto posted Altcoins total market cap has broken a 3-month downtrend on the daily. If it holds, alts will start pumping back up. Let's hope it holds. And GM Detector posted Bitcoin clear bottom signal. Believe it or not, 2026 will be the best year for Bitcoin and altcoins. We've been saying this since January, so I'm excited to possibly be proven right. Bear flag, pattern downtrend. Once, twice. This one shows 1, 2, 3. And then eventual consolidation with a pop to the upside, hopefully. We've got Ted Pillows again saying the last line of defense for altcoins. Losing the 100-week EMA level means alts could drop another 40 to 50%. Do you think bulls will be able to defend the support zone? I don't know. Total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and ETH. I have no clue, honestly. Pickerick9. Oh, Pickerick said, so who thinks the world is crashing? I don't know, man. I'm indifferent, honestly. Bar chart posted first-time homebuyer median age hits 40, a new all-time high. So if you guys are in the market for a home, all you got to do is wait until you're 40 years old. Silver at 20, one guy. Silver at 79, everybody. That's exactly what's happening. Silver up 164% year-to-date, on track for its best year since 1979. CME raises silver margin requirements to 25,000. This will be effective as of December 29th, which is tomorrow. US dollar has lost nearly 10% of its value this year. And last but not least, Tom Crown posting the longest consecutive days of extreme fear in Bitcoin history continues. Pretty dang crazy. Bitcoin is $88,083.34. Portfolio update. The 1K to 10K Grok portfolio currently down 553, 55.3%. Best performer Solana down 25. Worst performer Aptos down 72. Nope. Yes, 72. I was correct. Then we got the meme coin portfolio currently down 700, 638, 63.8%. Best performer Doge down $94. Worst performer GigaChad down $170. Then we got the narrative portfolio, my favorite, and what was once the best performer. I think it's being outperformed by the perfect entry portfolio right now. Currently down 241 or 48%. Best performer is Tau, only down 23. Worst performer is Fetch, down 64. And then last but not least, the perfect entry portfolio, which I think are going to rename the knife catching portfolio. Currently down 470, 47%. Best performer, Chainlink, down 18. Worst performer rendered down 68. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin is chilling. Silver kind of taking a big fat dump. Let's see what gold is doing. It's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out. Ooh. Gold wick into the downside. Interesting. Very interesting. Bitcoin trying to make up its mind. Zero Adventure said, can you look at Horse Zora, please? Yes, I can. Zora, hold on. Derek said, I feel like the dollar has lost more than 10%, right? JY's Adventure says, Zora and its eco might be a good trade. A lot of people talking about Nick Shirley coin and Coinbase taking advantage. Can you look at Horse Zora, please? Pickle Rick said, yeah, I also think it lost 10% or more. They face me a 1% raise. Like that's going to do anything. Yeah. Yeah, 1% is always laughable. I am looking up. What am I looking up on Zora? Horse. On Zora. Is that a thing? Is Zora like its own ecosystem? How do I look at that? Is it just horse on base? Oh, it says Horse Zora. Okay, I got it. My bad. Currently up 8.8% in the last 24 hours. Okay. I mean, if Zora's getting spicy, this thing has potential already. It is definitely, I would call it oversold, probably in higher time frames. Let's go to the monthly. Is that an option? Yes, it is. There's no data, apparently. Jesus, that's stupid. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, oversold. Opened and oversold. And the 3-day, just above. And the daily. Chilling on the bottom half. Okay. Back to the 4-hour. Nick Shirley coin is paired to Zora. Okay. 0.0003497. Let's get some points of confluence here. We're for sure going to have, I'm going to call it 3.5. And then 4. And then 4.5. So you got clear support back here, support back here. That's going to turn into resistance. And then you got support, turning into resistance. And then back here, this one's obvious resistance this whole time. And then I think it's vague right now, but your whatever this one is, 3.1, call it 3.2, whatever you want to call it, 3.15, is also some vague support. Your RSI just crossed 50, pushing to the upside. Get above 35, then we can start talking. Market cap looks good. Liquidity looks good. Let's look at the holders. There you go. That's what you want to see. Somebody's got 17K. So you want to look out for that guy. But the rest of these, contract, that's exactly what you want to see. I would like to see who this is. It might not be a person. It might be like a community wallet or something like that. But everything else being a contract, locked in a contract, that's really what you want to see. And then obviously check social media, website. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, it takes you to Zora. Okay. There you go. Interesting. Whoa. Creator earnings. This guy's earned $40,000. Jeez. Whoa. Holy crap. Good for that guy. Horses born to fly. I mean, there's definitely potential there. I don't know what quick intel is. They got one issue. Token sniffer I've seen issues with in the past, so take caution. Obviously, you know, everything you got to be cautious with. Bitcoin still chilling 88.30 or 88.85. Silver down 1.28%, 1.31%. Yeah, it's probably gonna bounce. I don't know. I'm up in the air on silver at this point. It is pretty high valuation, not gonna lie. J. Wise Avenger said he's the creator of Zora. That's his horse, Jacob Horn. Okay, so he just made 40K. The risk I take is not guaranteed. This is where the gamble part comes in with crypto. Exactly. All right, fellas, ladies and gents, I suppose I'm going to call it an evening. It is 8:11 p.m. As I said earlier, careful out there. The weather's getting a little spooky. With, I guess with Christmas over, the weather gets spooky. Bitcoin 88.77.14, chilling. As always, when Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out. Happy Sunday, and good night.